Alright, hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play Opinion Live. Hope you guys are having a good, what is it, Tuesday? It's Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday evening. Here we go with another one of these. I can see some people already in the chat. What's up, Victoria Britannica? I know it's late for people that don't live in Awesome Town, like David Moffat. It's not late for David Moffat, so there. How about that? Ha! We made it. Alright, folks. Anyways, tonight is going to be the week 4 recap for the July Painting Challenge. And our main man, Warboss Tay, I think he's busy with some other stuff tonight, so he may not be able to make it on the stream, which means you guys are stuck with me. You're stuck in here with me. Where's my Rorschach mini? It's gone. Hey, what's up, Matt? How's it going, man? Yeah. So we're gonna do a little bit of painting, and then we're gonna jump in, and we're gonna take a break from painting, and then we're gonna go to look at the respective Discords. We're gonna look at the stuff people are posting for their July Painting Challenge stuff. Sure, you can. It's 86F and dry as an oven in my house. I literally cannot paint. Wow. Did you have to convert, David, did you have to convert to Fahrenheit to tell me that? Because you would say, oh my gosh, it's, 30C. And I would go, I don't care. 30C sounds freezing to us heathens that follow Fahrenheit. Hey, what's up, Nelson? It sucks if it. I can hear my wife and my 3-year-old having a discussion, but yeah. Why don't you turn on? Be a responsible citizen and turn on your air conditioning, because it's good for the environment. It's good for the environment to just turn on your air. That's what. Sure, it's good when we do it, and then we go to other countries and say, you guys, you know what? You probably shouldn't run your air conditioning so much, because funny thing is, your thermostat is stuck in primitive mode, where the numbers make sense to us Americans. Yeah, yeah, we like our Fahrenheit, and we like our inches. We like our inches so much that Night Models changed their game to go to inches for us, for America. What's up, Lord Draconum? How's it going? Tonight we're working on some random Batman miniatures, because we've been plowing through this Batman stuff, because I'm going to share something you guys probably don't know about me, and that is I really like playing Batman. I know. Victoria is still awake. I'm glad you're still awake. It's early in the morning. Maybe, did you pull an all-nighter, or did you just wake up early? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I know, shocker. I like Batman, guys. I do. I do like Batman, because I get to play with this guy. And so we're playing, so I worked on some Bane the other day, so let's got Bane, and I didn't put Barsat. This is a young Barsat. He does not have facial hair. He does not have facial hair. And who else we got? We got Miranda Tate. She's looking a little more pink, but did you see it? They sculpted her eyes correctly. It's shocking how good that literally does look like that actress. It's crazy. And you got this dude who got no name, but he was just dope because he beat the crap out of that Joseph Gordon-Levitt dude. And then you got, and finally for the Bane crew, you got this guy with the axe. You're going bed now on phone. Oh, okay, if you can fall asleep in the middle of this, Victoria. She got a tilt. Oh, she got the cantle. She does have good cantle tilt. She does. I'm glad you picked up on that. I think they should have left it in Enemies for Batman. Nah, it was driving me crazy for Draconum. I don't know. And then we got this guy. He just has an axe. I think this is just random thug guy that never had an axe in the movie. I think they kill him. I think Bane kills him at one point. So we got those done. And then in some of the Dark Knight Rises boxes, the early runs, you could get Alfred. You could get, and my box had Alfred, and that box had been sitting around. Michael Caine. You could get him. Is this me, Michael Caine? I talk like this. Michael. Yeah, he. My favorite Michael Caine line is from Austin Powers, where he says, there's two things I don't like. It's people who are intolerant of other cultures, and the Dutch. He's awesome. So we got. I had the other Alfred. I had the metal Alfred, and I didn't think I was going to get this Alfred, but I got this Alfred, so it was cool. Yeah. Jared Leto Joker is scary accurate. Yeah, it is. That Bane is here to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny. You fell asleep last stream, like 2 hours in, relaxing. I feel like my voice is stressful to listen to. I wouldn't listen to me. I don't know. It's probably why we keep our subscriber count down, because I wouldn't listen to me. But hey, if it works for you, I guess so. I mean, if you really wanted to fall asleep, you could ask me to explain something in painting, and for sure you would fall asleep. All right, so we got the bad guys and Michael Caine done. What about the cops, man? Do we have the cops done? Cops, this guy. Okay, guys, we have that cop. He's spraying the bug repellent. And cops they're just cops. I don't know what to say about them. They don't have the metal cops I like because they had the fat dude from Family Matters, and then they had weird sexy cop, and I had like 3 of the fat dude. No, I had like 4 of the fat dudes from Family Matters, and I had like 2 or 3 of the sexy cops, because you could just like rack up cops in Batman First Edition, and you'd have a lot of cops. I guess she technically is replacing Sexy Cop. She's like, I'm the new Sexy Cop. And I don't think they give the female cops tighter pants than the male. I don't think they issue tighter pants for the female cops. Her pants are slightly more fitting. I mean, they're not tight pants, but they're definitely more form-fitting than the dude's pants. It was stressful, paranoid, reflecting on my horrid cantle tilt. Okay, I know you guys were like, the next morning you were driving around, you were driving in your car, and you looked into your rearview mirror and you checked. I know you did. You don't even have to admit it. I know you guys checked. You checked in the rearview mirror and you looked at your cantle tilt and you're like, shit. I do not look like Spider-Man, therefore I'm not sexy. I know you thought that. It's okay. Like, it just means you're mortal like the rest of us. Like Matt says, we can't all be 10s, okay? I want to make a shirt. I want to make a shirt that says that. We can't all be 10s, and it says Matt's name. Like, it's a quote, and it says Matt's name on the bottom of it. I'd rock that shit. It'd be awesome. All right. So we got cops done. What else do we got done? What else do we have? Well, we have we had to have we got to do Catwoman, right? It was like half the point of watching Dark Knight. I mean, no, I watched it for the you gotta have Catwoman. Nobody rocks that outfit quite like Catwoman. Now here's my gripe. Night Model 2nd Edition resin is just upsetting. Look at her ears. She has half of one ear intact and then no other ear, because Night Model 2nd Edition resin is a bad dream I want to wake up from, because it's really brittle and she came this way, and it's upsetting because I still love this sculpt. Her rules kind of suck compared to the other Catwoman, but I still like this one. I still want to rock it. So we got her done. Cool. And then, you gotta have Bale Man done. I mean, he's mostly done. He could use a highlight. He looks really dark on your screen. Like, you can't even make out what this dude looks like. That's his Batman. I actually do really like The Dark Knight. I do like Christian Bale Batman. But but full disclosure, I don't like playing Batman in Batman. I don't know why. I've played him a few times. I'm like, yeah, okay, Batman's kind of cool. I played Batfleck for a little bit. I did play DKR Batman for a little bit. And then who's that fat? I played that Arkham Batman. He's pretty funny. But what I really liked was I liked playing Adam West Batman. It was actually the only Batman I really liked playing. But I mean, he's cool. You can see, like, there's actually, believe it or not, there's a lot of weird, like, glazing done on this guy. But you just can't, because his outfit is black on black on black. You can't really tell. Spain. Where's the detonator? Alright, so for all intents and purposes, that set is done. So guess what? I have earned my right to buy Doom Patrol. I gotta buy some Doom Patrol. Alright. Was Lady Cop from RoboCop sexy? I can't remember. That was I forget her name. She was sexy once upon a time, that actress. She was in, oh man, that sounds so awful when I say it. She was in that movie 1942. I don't know if you ever saw that. It's got John Belushi in it. It's got Dan Aykroyd in it. It's a pretty funny Richard Donner movie, I want to say. And she's in it as kind of the sexy lady in it. In RoboCop, she was probably a little less sexy. I don't know. I guess. Let's see. Streamer makes me stressed and enters my brain and tells me my thoughts and actions. It's what it's what I do. Somebody has to do it. Somebody's got to tell you what to do. Wait, that's right. Everybody tells you what to do because it's social media, right, guys? Right? Everybody's got to tell us what to do. You don't got to worry about your cancel tilt if you're Asian. It's a Sharpie line. Whatever gave you that idea, Nelson? Come on, man. Actually, Asians, we naturally have a good upturn. We have a slight upturn on our cancel tilt. So only if we had bigger eye. Okay, fine. Susan, it's going to ban me from YouTube. I'm going to stop talking about it. They're my eyes, Susan. You can't take my experience away from me. Okay? You can't. Anyway, my favorite Batman, unironically, is Batman and Robin with George Clooney. Evidence, please. I know I just shook the camera, but I want evidence. I want to know why. I want to hear this defended. Why George Clooney? We need to have like a round table. I'll tell you mine though. Like honestly, my favorite Batman is I said this before. It's Will Arnett. It's Lego Batman. It's my favorite Batman. Love Lego Batman. Shark Repellent. Arnie's Mr. Freeze's all-time favorite book character in a film. You guys know how much I love the Governator. I do love the Governator. We need you back. We need you back, Arnie. Well, we're gonna make an exception so you can run for president. Come on, Arnie. President Schwarzenegger, Vice President Terry Crews. Who's with me? Come on. We need that. Anyways, thanks for validating me. Why do people say I have Asian eyes? Asian people never say that. Oh no. Okay, I'll explain that to you. I'll explain that to you, David Moffat. I will explain it to you on behalf of the 5 other Asians I know. So I'm speaking for you, Nelson. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just kidding. Okay, the truth is, the slanted eyes thing, the Asian eyes thing, that was the reason why Asians won't say that you have Asian eyes, is because that was not, we did not attribute that to ourselves, but we thought it was funny. Okay, honestly, this is the truth about Asian jokes, because Asian racial jokes and stereotypes are extremely harsh. They're extremely harsh. But you know who thinks they're the funniest of all? Is Asians. We think that shit is way funnier. As good a laugh as you have over it, imagine how hard we laugh at that shit. Okay? Because we really laugh at that stuff. And we laugh so hard at it that it makes the rest of the people around us uncomfortable, because that is deeply funny. Anyway, yeah, they won't attribute that to you if you're like, okay, and we're gonna tread slightly into weeaboo territory, but that's okay. If you're, we all have dreams. If you're gonna go into that territory, right? You want to be like, let's say you want to be accepted, even though it's extremely easy to be accepted. But if you wanted to be accepted in sort of the Asian circles and the know-how, like if you wanted to kind of blend in and be accepted, the main thing is really it's what you're eating. That's what Asians won't comment like, oh, you have Asian eyes. Filipinos will, because we have no filter. But the rest of Asians, they won't say anything like that. But they will be deeply impressed if you eat some crazy Asian shit. That, like, if you ate Filipino food that I don't eat, which is not hard, by the way, because I don't like most Filipino food. But if you ate some food that I don't eat, I would give you mad respect. I'd be like, okay, that person is more Filipino than I am. Again, not saying much, because I'm pretty, when it comes down to it, I'm pretty white bread. I mean, I was just telling somebody today, I had to admit publicly that I was born in Kansas. All right, so so I'm pretty white bread as far as these discussions go. But that said, it's true. If you want to get in, and you want to get in with an Asian family or a group of Asians or anything like that, it comes down to what you eat. You gotta eat white rice. Okay, all right, white folks, you gotta eat white rice. You don't eat brown rice. We ain't down with that. Like, go in and get the bleached white rice. Yes, I know it's not good for you. We all know it's not good for you, okay? You gotta eat white rice. You gotta have some MSG in your food. You can't be complaining about the sodium. You're gonna get kicked out immediately, okay? You can't say shit like that. You gotta go for it, okay? You gotta go for it, right? You gotta write it like you stole it, basically. When it comes to Asian food, you gotta get in there, and then you will get the mad respect. Okay, it's very easy though, right? Because Asian food generally pretty delicious, if I may say so, with my biased self. I do think it's really, really yummy. Okay, all right, some more comments. So we may not do any painting tonight. Streamers corners tiny viewer who is blinded by negative cancel tilt. My favorite from a kid is Adam West. Oh, then Kevin Conner. Oh yeah, see, another Adam West fan. But how good of a police officer would Sly Stallone be? Oh, that's a tough one. I guess. I mean, I get the Judge Dredd. I guess he would be decent at it. Sly Stallone is actually, in my opinion, I think he's a pretty underrated actor. I think he's pretty. I mean, let's not forget, like, Rocky is still an incredible movie, and he's had some really, really good performances over the years. So I do like that stuff. Let's see. Korean food is pretty damn tasty. Korean food is pretty damn tasty. I will say that. It's so rich. My wife loves Korean food. She loves Korean food, but we can't chill with, like, Korean barbecue. That's, like, way too much food. I can't. And they judge you. That's the best part about Korean barbecue. It's like, if you leave food on the plate, you are getting charged extra. That's such a weird concept to Americans. It's like, wait, I thought they would charge me if I ate the food. You're like, no, you're wasting food. So honestly, you're more of the black sheriff from Blazing Saddles than. Oh man, that's a huge compliment, Jesse. Thank you. Cleavon Little is sort of an idol of mine. I do love Blazing Saddles, and Cleavon Little should have done more. He should have done more. Great actor. Yeah, love Blazing Saddles, and yeah, I'm so worried they're going to ban that movie because it's like my favorite movie, and I feel like that movie can heal a lot of wounds. Can heal a lot of wounds, in my opinion. It's just we got to be able to laugh again, guys. We got to be able to not take ourselves so seriously. And Blazing Saddles did that like to perfection. And that was. Let's not forget that Blazing Saddles was written by Richard Pryor. Okay, it was great, and he was he wrote that movie with Mel Brooks, and he was supposed to be, everybody just assumed that he would be playing Sheriff Bart. And I don't know the details of what happened, but obviously that didn't work out. But we got Cleavon Little in there, who is absolutely brilliant as Sheriff Bart. I liked him better as Demolition Man. Yes, we're talking about cool Sly Stallone movies. But yeah, I do think Sly Stallone is I do think he's a somewhat underrated actor. I do think he's actually a very good actor. He just, it gets lost because you can't understand his English. But let's be real, guys. Everybody loved Brando, and nobody can understand Brando. So why did we give Brando a pass and Sly Stallone doesn't get a pass? Similar. You can't understand these dudes. Couldn't understand anything James Brown had to say, and we loved. Well, I love James Brown. I mean, that's one of the biggest. You guys want to know? Like, one of the great regrets of my life was never getting to see James Brown in concert. It's true. I've always wanted to watch James Brown in concert, and there was one summer where he was playing in Vegas, and I wanted to go see him, and I didn't get around to it. And then, sure enough, the next year, that fall or whatever, he died. So rip James Brown. Do love James Brown though, for real. Blazing Saddles triggered. What's up, Atomico? How you been, man? Yeah, it's Blazing Saddles is it's an important. I feel like it's an important movie. I do. I feel like it's a very important movie, and people need to. I think it would bring some much needed perspective on everything today. If we can go like, hey, man, come on, we can laughing at yourself and let people laughing with you. And I always say this, it humanizes you, right? That little bit of self-deprecation, it humanizes you. It helps people who maybe don't have a line of sight to your perspective on things and don't know where you're coming from. It allows them to laugh. It allows them to be comfortable around you, and it grabs some of these uncomfortable things by the horns and says, well, no, let's just bring it out into the open and have a good laugh and understand what it is, right? So you're working on stuff. Nice. Well, working on stuff is always good. I totally missed her arms. Yeah. Okay. I gotta block out her arms. Like I said, we're half painting and reading comments, so we're gonna be fumbling around a little bit tonight, which is no different from any of my other streams. But we will go through Discord at some point and look at the people who are doing real work for the July Painting Challenge. All right. So we're working on her. Let me just get these arms blocked, and then I'm gonna bounce back and forth between her and another model that I'm working on. These are just sort of odds and ends for Batman crews that I may eventually run at some point. She's an eternal free agent, so frankly, she's a low priority in gaming terms because she's no longer tournament legal. This version of Huntress, anyway, you have to use the live action Huntress, which I think is an awful model compared to this. Like, this is one of my favorite sculpts in the Night Range. Yeah, you gotta use the other one. So I'm not really a big fan of that. Anyway, so we're working on her, and then I'm also working on. Don't let the pose freak you out, guys. I know, right? Anyways, she's riding the Bat Pod. Okay, calm down. She's riding this thing, and you can see I put some. I did put a little color shift on it because the Bat Pod is super boring. It's all black, and it's super boring. But you know, you get to do her on it. Wait, I didn't say that right. You can put her on it, and she could be riding this thing, which is pretty cool. I don't really like her rules as just regular Catwoman anyway, so I may go this route. But you could change the rider, right? So you could go from her to Batman, which he doesn't quite fit on this thing very well. I don't know what they were. He can't really. Do I put him on like that? Like, how does he? How? He didn't even. I don't know. I was then I was like, can you make like a 300 point model if you did this, and then you had him like shooting out of the back? Am I not allowed to do that? Am I gonna get right? Like, it doesn't. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Anyway, but yeah, you could switch the riders, but Batman. I mean, if I'm gonna field Batman, I don't want him riding around on the thing. It's kind of boring. Her, on the other hand, I could see her on this. This would be pretty cool, and she was like really cool in the movie when she's riding on this thing, like way cooler than Batman was. Your BMG miniatures will always look sweet. At least, thanks, man. So I guess a lot of your BMG models are eternal. Yeah, a lot of the older stuff are eternal, especially the comic book stuff, unfortunately. But, I was talking with some people about this today. What did I just see? Nothing. You saw nothing. That I don't think anyone is going to be free. I love the comic sculpts. I really like them better in general versus the film, the actor based sculpts. I don't like. I mean, the actor based sculpts are okay. I mean, the one that I really like would be Heath Ledger Joker. I think is really cool. And then some of the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn sculpts are pretty cool. But other than that, I just like the comic sculpts better. They're just better to me. Anyway, so we're gonna bounce back and forth. Let's start layering this skin up in the old layering technique. Best is Ivy. Yeah, I cannot find my classic Ivy sculpt, and it's driving me crazy. I just had her out the other day because I was comparing her to New 52 Ivy and how much I don't like that Ivy sculpt. But, yeah. Alright. So we'll do... You guys may be able to hear Octavius laughing. He's watching videos. Because my kids don't sleep anymore. They just don't. They just stay up late. I remember this used to be a nice, quiet part of my evening when I could be doing this and streaming, and I could be making people feel bad about cancel tilts and all that good stuff. All right. So just a little bit of, so I'm going to layer up this skin on Huntress here. She is a great sculpt. Hey, what's up, Chris? You didn't get the Little Shop of Horrors references? Oh, you never saw Little Shop of Horrors? You should watch it. It's fun. I'm not one to recommend musicals, but I do really like my favorite musicals to watch were Little Shop of Horrors. You know, obviously the Rick Moranis film. You should watch that. And then if you really wanted to, like if you were forced, if someone held a gun to your head and said, "Hey, you have to go to the theater and watch something," my recommendation would be go watch The Book of Mormon by Trey Parker, because it's really funny and it's a very good. I just like that. It's a very good musical. I really like it. Okay. Then we're recommending musicals on this show. I have the Gotham City Sirens Ivy, and she looks a bit strange, but the plants she has are cool. Yeah, I actually like that sculpt, but I don't like. It's another one of those where her skin on the studio art is too green. So we'll get to that. Yeah. Just messing around with some Huntress here. I mean, if I didn't want to use the Eternal rules, I could just use her as the emo Huntress one and just say, I'm still playing Huntress. And I would hope most people are cool with that. I think most people will be just like, you know what, just use the Eternal rules. It's cool. Not a big deal. All right. Dr. Horrible sing-along blog is good. There must be a mini of him. Done some theater stuff. Me and my friends managed to convince the acting department to do Shoggoth on the Roof, which is Lovecraft version. I gathered that much just from the title. Shoggoth on the Roof. That's pretty funny. All right. Just working on her a little bit. Let's do, well, I want those layers to dry. You love the blue layering? What's the blue? What? Blue layer? I don't know. What is the blue layering? I don't know what that is. Okay, so now, actually, I do need to paint her hair in right now. Or at least block it in. We'll block in Catwoman's hair. Evil Dead the musical. Oh, that sounds fun. Oh, the cape. This is actually purple ink, believe it or not. We're gonna play around with that a little bit. Okay. It seems like the chat, at least, is fairly responsive tonight. All right, so full disclosure here. My wife does not think Anne Hathaway is very attractive, right? Yeah, right? She does. She doesn't think Anne Hathaway is very attractive. And and she says, well, she's kind of a butter, right? My wife says this. Not me, guys. Not me. My wife says Anne Hathaway's kind of a butterface, right? But she has a crazy body, right? She has this crazy rockin' bod. So she says, she's like, she's not really, she doesn't get all the hoo-ha over Anne Hathaway. You know, one of my good friends, like Anne Hathaway, is like his bae, right? His celebrity, the one for him. And one of the reasons why I think my wife does not find her all that attractive is because Anne Hathaway does have, guess what? She does have a slightly negative canthal tilt. It's true. We'll look up, we'll Google some photos of her in a minute because this is what I do. I actually, to paint my set, my Dark Knight Rises set, I did go back and watch Dark Knight Rises. I watched it yesterday while I was painting some of this stuff. And I will just say, I really enjoyed her. I really enjoyed her in this role as Catwoman. Yeah, it's a good suit for her. She should wear that. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'll tell you what. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Comes back to Kibble. It does, doesn't it? It's all about that. It's all about that, and it's so sad. Here, we're gonna do it. Also, she's pretty, but not your type. Yeah, I hear that too. Okay, let's do it. Let's do the thing. So let's just do regular photos of her, right? Okay, so Anne Hathaway, right? So we're gonna go to images. Here we go. So see right there. That's actually perfect. It's just slightly downturn, slight downturn there. I mean, they look pretty even to me, but right there, like some of them, there's a very slight downturn coming Sharpies. I don't have a problem. I think she's very attractive. So, but I do understand where my wife is coming from. So, you know. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I thought she was pretty cool as Catwoman. I liked her as Catwoman, for what it's worth. All right, so we're gonna do what I did with the. I have to mimic what I did with the regular model so that they match, and I'm gonna show you guys what I did with the regular model. Okay, so this is just a series of contrast paints. It's just a series, and I'm just treating them like glazes. Okay, because that's what we're doing. I need. So I'm going to use some Levedon blue, and we're gonna start with a very thin version of it. So we're going to use contrast medium and go with a very thin version of it, and then we're just going to layer it down until it starts producing that color gradient that you see. All right. My wife used to get compared to Sarah Jessica Parker when she was younger, who was an actor she loved, but stunned when everyone said SJP was a horse face. So sad. She was cuter young. Maybe, you know, they're comparing her to the younger SJP. I think was cuter when she was younger, and then, God, we're so judgmental on this show. We're gonna get they're gonna ban all of us. They're gonna ban. Susan's gonna come in here and ban us all. That's what's gonna happen. All right. So I thin this about 2:1, and the way, so I'm treating this like a glaze. So I just put a little patch down, like that. Just put a little patch down, and then dampen your brush a little bit and cause it to travel. Right? Just spread it out a little bit, and you're just gonna do a few layers like this, and then you'll see I come back and sweep the whole thing at the end here. You know, while I was watching Dark Knight Rises, at first I thought during the early parts of the movie, I thought that, you know, Catwoman was sort of forced into the movie. I was like, she doesn't feel like right now, like maybe an hour or so in, I'm like, she doesn't feel like she quite fits in this plot just yet. You know, where are they going with this? And then when it finally everything clicks together at the end and everything fits nicely, then I'm like, oh, cool, okay, now everything starts to work. I do think one of my favorite things too about Catwoman in the movie was her goggles are awesome. I love the goggles in the way that they did her goggles and they pop up and, you know, they're little cat ears for her. That's pretty awesome. I guess I should have been working on Batman at the same time, but I just don't. I don't know. I just don't see myself putting him on the Batpod. It just doesn't look right. It's just weird. Check Susan's cancel tilt. I don't think Susan. Should we? Okay. She's a public figure, right? Let's check. I don't know how to spell her last name, but let's see. Oh boy, Susan. Oh boy, Susan. Yeah, look at the downturn right there. Negative cancel tilt. Oh my gosh, it's really, yeah. Yup. All right, we're getting banned, that's for sure. All right, guys. We'll see you on Twitch tomorrow night. We're gonna I actually will be on Twitch tomorrow night, or that's the plan. I usually do stream on Twitch Wednesday nights if I can remember to do it. Twitch is more of like an afterthought for me. All right. So while that layer is drying, guess what? We do another layer of skin here for Huntress. Because why not? I'm just going to concentrate this one so we get a little bit more detail. And I'm also smoothing out all those weird, we'll call them resin crusties. Because you get resin crusties, you know, in the like little pockets and stuff. So when you have a sculpt like this, the face is kind of sunken behind the mask and all this stuff, you can get those resin crusties in there. That was mean. You like the raid feature in Twitch? That is pretty cool. That is a really neat thing. I used to be much more diligent about streaming on Twitch, but I don't know. I think it's because I had regulars here on YouTube that, you know, were having difficulties following me over to Twitch. So I was like, but I like those people. I like interacting with them in my chat. So we're gonna keep working on this. All right. Okay, back and forth, guys. We're gonna do another. I'm gonna add a little bit more Levedon blue on Catwoman here, and we're gonna do another layer. Ugh. Leviathan blue. Sorry, I'm not saying that right. Where are those people now? Oh, they still come in from time to time. But yeah, I do agree. It probably would do me some good to move a little more activity over there. Maybe I get banned there faster. Who knows? Who knows? Especially, you know, Susan could report me as like a regular user over there for pointing out her cancel tilt. We're done for. We're done, man. That's it. No more jokes about cantle tilt. Should have never taught you guys that. All right. I do like that her um, her outfit is kind of lends itself to just doing washes like this or like glazes. And then there's really 2 more steps left. I'm going to have to lean her up against that thing real quick. And then we'll do a little work on this too. Just because it just needs a little bit of attention. It doesn't need much. I now that I've been working with these color shift paints, I don't like the idea of really highlighting them. I think you just let the the color shift do its thing, and you just have to be happy with that. I have to do some superhero painting, but in the mood for medieval stuff. Sounds good. Okay. What am I missing? Oh, I need some reference art on Huntress, and it looks like okay. So there's kind of a darker charcoal like underpin to her. So let's get that underway. Right. So you guys are you guys like facing a heat wave there in the Canadian lands? She kind of has, it's a really weird top on Huntress. It's this weird, like, she has this weird cross-shaped thing on her chest. That I'm gonna try to respect here. It's kind of a thin paint. But I just want to get this blocked out. And then it gets darker underneath. So it's like super light up here. Let me make sure that corner looks good. Okay. And then it starts to get darker down here. No heat wave in UK. Well, that's good. So Huntress is really only like, she's only like 3 colors. Comic Huntress. Well, actually, live action Huntress is still only like 3 colors because she's just black. Black outfit, dark gray, other part of outfit. You really got to keep these lines nice and clean. So I'm using a pretty good brush just to do that, like to make sure I've got good control here. But I want to do this, and then I do want to jump into we'll jump into the discords for the week 4 stuff that people have been working on, because it's super cool. Wow. Make sure that line is nice and clean there. All right. And then, ooh, Yeah, you gotta really get in that business, don't you? Just to get it all clean. Yep, you gotta get in that business, guys. You can't. There you go. And make sure that line is super nice. Right, because the appearance of the model hinges a lot on that. Okay, and then it looks like this, actually these two segments here are they're both black, or they're both that really dark. I'm using a really dark kind of a charcoal color called Noir Black from Reaper. You could also use, if you're using Vallejo, you could use the black gray for this. It's basically what you would paint black on the miniature, but not without actually painting a true black. All right. So we got all that going on. It's not bad. And it looks like here, this is also black down here. Could have saved some time on the layering had I just looked at the reference art a little earlier, because I layered up all these skin layers here that do nothing now. But it's all good. And there's also lots of just angles on this model that you just can't hit because of the big old cape. And that's okay. All right, getting there. I might have that. Hey, what's up, Sean? You had to brush up against the trash panda. I have that. Hunters might go back and highlight mine. What miniature have you painted that has made you feel the most like a pervert? Oh, that's an interesting question. That's actually a really good question. I have to think about that. Let me think about that for a minute. The most like a pervert. Someone gave me there was a Reaper French maid miniature I had to paint once. It's just a topless French maid. It's about as blatant as you could get out there. And that one was like, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll do it. I guess it was that one. It usually doesn't get on my nerve. It usually doesn't bug me. It's like, whatever. It's, I don't know. I just kind of look at it like it's the style. It's like the art or whatever. So it usually doesn't bug me. But that particular one and the guy that asked me to do it. And no, it was not Jack Daniels tattoo guy. That's a different, it's a totally different dude. Okay. Kingdom Death models. I do love those Kingdom Death models. I nearly bought myself another set recently. Oh, wait. Before I do that, before I leave, since I've got this dark color, let's do a few more things. And then I swear, guys, we're gonna show off the week 4 stuff in the Discord, because it is about getting to be that time. Yeah, so I just got to let's get the hair done, or at least blocked out that dark color. Huntress has a really cool, I like her comic book costume design. It's really neat. Her mask is really cool. I mean, just love the crossbow. She's got a cape. She's got a bow staff. It's got a great design. Okay. And all right, so now you're starting to become a little more apparent once we start blocking this off. And then once the purple comes in, this model is nearly done, believe it or not. Okay. You have more models to post up, Sean? Do you want me to give you? I'll give you another 5 minutes if you want to post more. Because I'll do this. We'll do Catwoman's gloves. Yeah, I'll give you another few minutes here while I paint some stuff. Say, I got blasted for witches I made. It was every kind of if-ist in blogs. I remember that set, Atomico. I liked that set. I regret not. I didn't back that, and full disclosure, I did not back that, and I wanted to, and at the time, I think I had my. To be, I'm just being honest. I think I had my hobby funds like earmarked for something else. Could have been Guild Ball stuff at the time, more than likely, or Aristea stuff. But I liked that witch set you did. It was really cool. If you play those Osprey games, you guys should check out Atomico's his stuff, because he makes. I bought a really cool like kung fu set that he sculpted. I have a zombie set. I forgot what else I have, but I got a few of your sets, and I really like them. And they paint up really nicely. Like I painted that kung fu set to be like movie Wu-Tang, which was really neat. But yeah, check out Atomico. What's it called? Atomico Press, I believe, right? It's the name of your site. And you have some fun stuff on there, and it's really like for you guys that like the more classic genres of stuff. You know, he even does like wrestling. He sent me an Atomico figure, because Atomico was like a character, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Atomico was a character that you did, and you had this really cool artwork associated with him, and you had like the main sculpt where he's like, you know, carrying the lady, and he's got like a gun in the other hand. It was real macho like classic action hero pose. It was awesome, and he's like a luchador wrestler. So really cool. Wu-Tang. I got pushed out of the way in the laundry room by a raccoon. I believe it. Raccoons are ruthless, man. My old place used to get raccoons all the time, and they would hang out in the front of my house like gangbangers. Right? They were like a gang. They would just sit there in my front lawn, and when my wife and I, you know, when we were dating, she'd come over to my place at night, and I would warn her, I'm like, the raccoons are out. So she would have to I would actually have to escort her across the across the front lawn to get her in, because those raccoons were just sitting around there waiting. They would go over to my grill and you know how you have that little grease catch at the bottom of your grill. They would go and drink that. I hear them at night drink it. You hear them lapping it up like, and then they would knock the thing over. And they were just thugs, man. They didn't care. Anyway, let's go have a look at. I think we're ready. Have you uploaded your stuff? Should we wait? Should I give you another few minutes and block out the purple here, or what do you think? Anyways, let's jump over. So, I had streamer boldly fends off small creature. Screen capture. Let's go to. Why is that not an option? It should be an option. Let's try this again. Screen capture. How's it not on there? Oh, here we go. Discord. Okay. All right, we're going to get this Inception thing while I'm in the streaming room in the Discord. So here we are. I'm going to leave the streaming room, and we're going to head over to the. We'll go in reverse order this time because we don't have the war boss here. So we're going to go to week 4 pictures. Actually, I'm going to check week 3 pictures here. So yeah, if you are in the War Boss Tay thing, there are, you may see that I'm in the stream room right now. So anyway, I think we looked at a lot of, oh yeah, we looked at that from Marshy. That was the last where we left off last week, was checking out Marshy's super cool Space Marine chapter. This Warrior Priest of Ulrich by Magenta Squid. I'm just looking. I love this the little details on the axe there. Super. So the mounted and the unmounted version. Here's the fronts. I know they have faces, believe it or not. Look at that. They look like they're cheering for something. Hey! I don't know what they're cheering for, but it's cool. Some Knights of the White Wolf. Very fun. Alright. Ultramarines Painter. Super clean jobs on his Space Marines. Here's a, looks like an Ultramarines veteran. Veteran Sergeant, right? I believe. And look at the cool, he's got some weathering down in the bottom. I like it when they do weathering that is, that strikes that balance between subtle and apparent. This is a very subtle technique. I don't like it when they over-weather stuff, that like inappropriately weather stuff. Obviously, this is a loyalist Space Marine, so he shouldn't be that messy. But yeah, I like that. And then we get some chats here. All right, and let's move over to the week 4. And I'm going to scroll all the way back. All right, lots of good activity week 4 here. And we'll skip past my stuff because we'll see my stuff when we go to the Play It Painted forums. Discord. Whoa. Lots of week 4. Lots of stuff to cover. Okay, we'll go over this. Like I said, we'll go over mine when we move over to the other Discord. Here we go with Marshy working on these two. So just adding a little kit there. Look at this guy. Don't step on me. Guy's awesome. No arms in yet. More Void Captain Bazooka Berserker action. I think this may have been the same one that we saw last week. Looks like it's... Well, some of these pictures I think we looked at last week. Like, that's a brave man to have a dagger here and a dagger there. Like, there really isn't much place for these things to go, and you know they're gonna swivel from time. It's like having a pair of scissors. You basically have a pair of shears right in front of the jubblies, right there. The jewels, or the gene seed in his case, right in front of the gene seed. That's just a brave dude. Look at this. Oh, yeah, the black shields. Look at. I like. That's a really clean job there. Super nice. Yeah. And then here's the real classic Rogue Trader Marine right there. That's kind of the beakies, like the old school beakies. I love those. They're awesome. And they had the hoses. They didn't have the Corvus Eagle there for a Corvus suit. They just had the hoses. Look at that little stumpy little bolt pistol. I'm assuming this is a Tech Marine. Looks like some old school Dark Angel. Really like the medieval feel in that armor. Really nice. Alright, more of my stuff. We got some BFG, it looks like. Doing some work on BFG. It takes a brave person to do green with red accent on it, because whenever I consider that particular color scheme, my brain goes straight to Christmas. And like, I don't want my thing to look like Christmas. It does not look like Christmas here. They actually pulled it off. But I always worry about stuff like that. And they balanced it well with the gold. So that's cool. Alright. Even better BFG. That's a nice use there. The gold and the like a Dark Angel's green. Looks like just doing some builds. More builds there. Is this Tyranid stuff? Like a Tyranid thing? I see some corn blood letters back there. Fra-la-la! Looking cool. Skip more of my stuff. More cool Marshy stuff. I think we looked at this one last week. Or Marshy was asking what pose to use on these models. And a lot of us liked 3. I liked, or 2. I liked 2 and 4. A lot of people like 2 and 3. These are funny. Love this one down here. That's super. Anytime you see a big, dumb robot doing a pose like that, that's funny to me. Alright. So just doing some more work on the same kit there. Alright, Dicey Guy, who might be waking up. I don't know if we were going to try to do this all together, guys. We were going to do the War Boss, myself, and Dicey Guy. We were going to see if we could wake up Dicey Guy so he could join us on this, but I think he's still sleeping. And I did tell him, War Boss is out for tonight, so maybe we'll shoot for another week or whatever. So here's the Warcry Warband, and it is looking awesome. It is looking. He'll show us the finishing touches on this a little bit later, but there are so many thoughtful little details in this whole thing that kind of are reflective of the people that he's representing here. And yeah, Warboss Tay, you got Angry Panda there. You got somebody's better at pointing these all out. I think this is Mickey Denver here. Bazooka J right here, the big dude. Yeah, what can I say? Just awesome looking. There's a lot of really nice work here, especially some of the details on the weapons are really nice. Just really clean job. And then he went back and did all the basing after the fact, which is unusual. Some people do it that way. I think he pulled it off really well here. It looks good. Looks really nice. It's really nice work there, Dice. Oops, I closed the window? Hold on, guys. I closed the whole thing. One sec. Open the Discord back up. There we go. Okay, back at it. Am I still? Yeah, I'm still broadcasting. Some more build action going on there. Marmite Popsicle. I don't think we've covered anything. Chris and I are the Stormcast conversions in the back. Oh, hold on. Okay. So, Krisa and I can't from this photo I can't tell who's who. Okay, so you guys are those two. That's cool. Cool. Marmite Popsicle. Working on some Spec Marines. The Spec Marines. I like the pose. And then here's the ultimate. So he took the Warboss Tay. This is Dicey guy's thing again. So he took the Warboss Tay miniature and he sculpted, quote unquote sculpted the lamb chop sideburns using I believe this is flocking material. So he put flocking material to generate a texture on the orc model and then painted it in black to represent the sideburns. I think it's extremely well executed. Super fun. I like it a lot. I think it's awesome. Nice job, Dicey. Okay, he's not even here to hear my compliments. Dicey, you are awesome. And we'll tell when he's around, we'll say, man, Octave was talking all kinds of trash on your painting. Let's see. More Marshy. Yes. Yes. They're just so awesome. We saw this guy last week, but still quite cool. Quite cool. All right. Now we got the War Boss posting some of his own stuff in here. So I believe this is one of the leather survivors. I like the whip there. Nice clean work on the face, and the leather there are good texture differences here that I really like. Kingdom Death stuff is not the easiest stuff in the world to paint, and when it's done well, it looks really good. It's a problem. Like people, when they see Kingdom Death stuff, their eyes get bigger than their stomach, so to speak, and they're like, "Oh, let's paint all this Kingdom Death stuff." It takes time to get through it and do a good job, and I think Warboss Tay is doing an awesome job on these. Like that. So a couple different angles to see. Oh, these are fun models. All right. Picks. So this looks like this is definitely an Orky vehicle, right? It's a cool truck. No, it's not. This is way too clean to be an Orky vehicle. It's cool though. You got a converted. This is man, my 40K brain is shut off like 10 years ago. But that's from that half tank, half transport deal. The cannon up top there. So lots of added parts here to this truck. Cool. It looks like some of these parts he built from plastic art too. That's awesome. I wish I had the patience to just sit and like kit bash stuff and like sit and really make it look nice. I'm like, look how I put it together and paint it. It'll be fine. No, this is really nice. Sweet. Those are more Marshy's guys. We saw these ones earlier, but a little bit more work here. You can see the base work coming in. You got a little bit of weathering down here at the bottom. Really neat. Yeah, now that unit starting to get all that weathering on the bottom. And Marshy says, completed his July painting challenge, successfully got my Astral Claws battle ready. Nice. So these are battle ready. For most of us, we're like, I did the best job ever. But Marshy is like, these are battle ready. I'll actually do a better job on them later. Which is, wow. They're going to be amazing. Oh, Dreadnought there. Sweet. Very fun. We got some scenery pics. 300 miles from my models, eating too much and spending time with my in-laws. That sounds like a good thing, though. You know, took a break to catch a UFO, which is, why not? Marshy is not. It's not enough for Marshy to be painting up awesome miniatures. He's gonna be the one to point out alien life coming to our planet as well. Why would you though? Right? Just got to do some highlights and touch up. Yeah, it looks awesome. Why would you come to this planet? Honestly, I used to think that, you know, ironically, I used to think that aliens were frat boys. I think the only aliens that were coming to Earth were frat boys because they were treating us like kind of like frat boys treat cows. You know, they shove things up their anus and they push them around and play tricks on them at night and confuse them. That's what aliens were, according to TV about 15 years ago. Aliens were just coming down here to stick things up people's butt and to see. This is why Warboss Day isn't here. So we're our rating, our family rating goes down quite a bit. Anyway, yeah, that was my theory though. It was like the actual serious aliens are they would look at the aliens that came to Earth and why don't you get a job? They would say that to the dude, we're gonna totally go mess with these stupid humans, man. And they would go, I can't wait to put more probes up their butt, and we'll tip them over in the field, and we'll drop them off, and we're only gonna pick up the crazy ones that people don't believe anyway. Right? Doesn't that make sense? Because the aliens were only abducting the dumbest people, the dumbest, most unbelievable people on Earth. That's why they would come back, the people would come back from their alien abduction and they're like, oh man, it was terrible, and this was the alien, and they stuck things up my butt. That's frat boy behavior, right? You get drunk with frat boys that they go immediately to doing that kind of stuff. So it stands to reason that that's what aliens, those are the aliens that come to Earth. The good ones don't come to Earth. They just skip us entirely. They just do not care. Rant over. I think I've photoshopped aliens into two people's photos now. Sweet. neat little. So you photoshopped your models into that set. That's cool. All right, a David Moffat update, and I can't. There we go. Yes. All right, the squad is coming together. This is the really cool, like old school metal bulldog Terminators. You don't have frat boys in Canada. Sounds like a South Park episode. I mean, it's kind of based on that. I mean, you guys over here, you remember all the stories. Some like backwoods dude would wake up from a long night of drinking or whatever, and you go, "Oh man, it was terrible. These aliens abducted me. They put me on the operating table. Then they bent me over." Like all the stories go that way. All the stories go that way. So it stands to reason. If all these people are too stupid to come up with a conspiracy, then they're getting abducted by frat boys. That has to be what it is. So, anyway, you're almost down to the hard part of my relictors. Relictors? Yeah. It's been autopilot stuff so far. Well, autopilot stuff looks awesome. I like the color scheme, obviously. It's just this is a fun unit. And again, I am partial to the Bulldogs. They're so cool. Yes. Yeah, looking good so far. It looks like, what's next, David? Are you going to do, I assume what's next is more detail work, right? Working up some more highlights and some shading here, I would assume. Not all of us alien abductees are crazy, but most of them are. So but maybe, maybe the aliens stopped sending their frat boys. Maybe the frat boys got tired of it. They're like, dude, we don't even care about that place anymore. It's so stupid. And now they're actual aliens like that feel bad for us. Well, those humans are really screwing up their planet. We better go stop by. It's like they're driving by like a bad neighborhood. I just kind of want to see. So they're just checking us out. But yeah, I agree with VB here. These are looking quite sweet. Good job, Dave. They look awesome. Nice. That it looks like, and that's the end of the week 4 pictures. Was there anything else? We'll go over to Hobbiton because Hobbiton's fun. We'll check it out. Heraldry, power weapons, force weapons, demon sword, freehand stuff. Yeah. Nice. This was cool. This sort of mock-up black with gold reminds me of the New Orleans Saints. They're cool. Football gear. The football. Oh, I'm gonna brag on myself. Wait. Back up. Where were we last week? We were looking at this last week because that thing is awesome. There's just no chance of peripheral vision on this model at all. There could be a Tyranid standing on this side and an Orc standing on this side. Maybe a Loyalist right here. This person would never know. This person would... I'm gonna get you! Like, they would never, ever be able to see... I mean, the field of view on this, look at where this shoulder pad is. I'm just talking trash, by the way. But the field of view on this, it's going to be super narrow. It's pretty fun. Like, don't get me wrong, it looks cool, looks super alien. I love this whole base option here is amazing. But yeah, sometimes, man, GW with them shoulder pads. There's Dicey tweeting some words of encouragement. Does anyone do a good Dicey voice impersonation? You should never compare your paint job with others. It will always suck the joy straight out of your achievement and hard work. I can't do a Dicey. I can't do a Dicey. Somebody's got to pick it up, right? Can't wait to see some demon weapons. I was talking to Tay about how cool it would be to run Eisenhorn with Cherubiel. Sweet. You could do a Dicey impersonation? Cool. Alright. I want to hear it at some point. We need to hear it. Dude, that's just crazy. That water effect. That's just crazy. Look at that. I mean, forget the fact that it's an amazingly well-painted model, but you also have the cool water it is standing in. This is a shot of my first game with Watchmen. So, took the Watchmen out for a spin, played against some Court of Owls, punked some Owls in this game. We got some Court of Owls players in our meta now, so but I was just teaching somebody how to play the game and ended up fighting Court of Owls. Very fun. We're getting our little Batman metas growing, so that's fun, right? Hashtag Octave got me into this game. We're gonna do a shirt or something based on that. Let's see. Ooh, Bloodletter Wet Blend Sword with some glowing runes. That sounds nice, David. Okay, here's what my painting. I was in the process of cleaning my studio. So this past weekend, my wife and I kind of went at our house, and we wanted to expand our living areas. And this is stuff that has been kind of a mess for a while. So this is the room that I'm sitting in right now. I'm sitting in this chair right here, and I'm working on this laptop right here, and using this monitor. I'm not using the big guy right now, but yeah, this is where I'm at right now. Did some cleanup work here, clean this table up. The Arena Rex Coliseum is still on the table with some of these boxes, but this is all cleared up. My painting table, I managed to clear up almost entirely. And then the important part is we cleaned up this whole patio area out here so that we can do some gaming. Back at the casa, folks. I'm talking to you locals, Matt, Sean, you guys, Nelson. We're going to do some gaming back in the day. And you know my Wi-Fi router, my modem is right here, people. So we could totally stream from there. And I have a big-ass monitor here as well. This room is designed for gaming. This room is designed for hobby. So we got all that stuff there ready to go. But that's what my desk looked like before I cleaned it. And then and then somebody found an alien underneath my painting desk there, amidst all the wires and the compressor and all that stuff down there. Super funny. Yes, Matt, we are getting a game this week. I'm going to see, maybe, Nelson was saying maybe Friday night, so we'll try to figure out Friday night. Alright. Still talking about me, y'all. Here we go. He's alien my hobby room. So, here's what my desk looked like at the start of that weekend. So you can see, here's my lights. There's the camera's right here. I usually just slide it over and shoot. And you guys see this green, you just see this green paper right here. You don't see all of this chaos that's around it. All the paint's just flung about and everything, this giant mess here. And so I cleaned it all off. And this is rare footage of my desk totally clear. Like, my son had never even seen what the desk looked like without the painting paper and all that stuff and all the paints on it. But that's what it looks like. And then redid it so you could see this is what it looks like right now. So you can see there's a bunch of paints in here. There's a bunch of paints down here. Got some lights for that. And then this is the webcam setup there and a little close up. So it would be amazing to have 2 hobby tables. Okay, VB, I have 4 hobby tables. Shh, it's true. I can run a 10-person Guild Ball tournament at my house if there wasn't this stupid virus. I could totally do that. We had planned for that. Would have been we were planning on doing Octocon 2020, which is a fake gaming convention that I hold at my house, and we would have a bunch of people over. We'd play games, mostly in this room that I'm in right here, but it is set up for that kind of stuff, and it's super fun. So it's neat. The best part about it, let me go back one photo. The best part about this is the way the house is set up. Is it's a split level, so you can the actual front door is upstairs and a whole level off this way. This area, because this is what makes it so good for social distancing and all that. This entire area can be accessed directly without interfacing with the rest of the house at all. You can just come in here and we can game here. I've got a mini fridge underneath this table. There's a bathroom right there. It's like you literally could not pick a better spot to do this. So, like I said, we were preparing for this moment. Okay, we needed this to happen. so we're ready to go. More tables in your hobby room than my entire house. Yeah, well, this is it though. I don't have the rest of the house is all for little kids and wifey stuff. So, and geckos, mostly geckos these days. Geckos mostly run my house. Who wants a gecko, by the way? Anyone? I just thought I would offer that again. Okay, I think we saw that gold thing earlier. Oh, look at this guy. It's like Moses finds a chainsword. This guy's awesome. The self-sufficient hobby room. This room is a serious command. It's like I said, it's designed. It was part of the reason why we bought this house. I wanted to have this space that I'm in right now specifically for gaming, for hobby. That's my life. That's how I live it. That's what. But I love this guy. Look at him. I came here to read commandments and eviscerate people, and I'm all out of commandments. Guys, awesome. All right, let's let's move over to the Play It Painted Discord. All right, and I guess we might as well start here at the progress updates because there's all kinds of stuff. Wait, am I in the right? Yeah. Okay, let's back up. Okay, so we saw Eddie's airbrush fleet. Looks like that's coming together. It does look like Charlton Heston. Right? Mythic Battles Pantheon, we saw that last week. Gorthmorg's palette cleanser. Gorthmorg working on a Morrigan print there. Little Darkstalkers action. That's such an awesome piece. The way you describe the room, it reminds me of those Doomsday Preppers. I mean, it's just a room, but it serves a very specific function in this house. Alright, so here's some stuff you didn't see for week 4. This is the Lord of the Rings expansion commission. So lots of orcs and speeders, painting up the speeders to get done. That was a fun commission. It's fun to do stuff like that. If that's your rank and file, or orcs and speeders, that's pretty cool. You guys saw that. Okay, Kevin working on Ahriman. Oh man, that's fire. That's so nice. Nice work, Kevin. He took his time on it. He's doing a great job. Looks great. His room is literally here. Yeah, I don't know. What can you say? It's awesome. It's an awesome arm and super clean work. Yeah, and everything is just so crisp and nice. Really nice work. All right. More Kevin rubric stuff. So you can see the ranks. The week 1 was just really this row, and the rest of it was gold. And you can see he's doing the thing too, where he's working on rank and file, and then pushing his way to specialists and leaders there at the end. So super cool. Armin looks well. He did. Yeah, that is a really nice looking army. Nice stuff. And then we got Zena here. Good to see Zena posting updates. You know, she's our newborn mommy, still doing hobby while she's probably getting like, 15 minutes of sleep a day, because newborn mommies are not allowed to sleep. It's really rough. But she's doing hobby. That's insane. I remember when my wife had Octavius, and we got back from the hospital, and I knocked out a War Machine commission like a couple of days from coming back from the hospital, and somebody was praising me like, "Wow, you just had a kid," and I'm like, "I didn't have that kid, man. My wife did all the work." I just went back and painted a thing. I'm like, "Hey, let's get this commission out of the way." Let's see. Yeah, it's like a magician. Miniature felt hair cases will just appear out of thin air. But so she's working on this. I forget the name of this board game is Journey, and it's got a bunch of demons and beastmen in it. So she's working on some more of the beastmen there. Really nice. Okay, let's move over to the week 4 pictures. All right, and this is a lot of my stuff, so we're going to talk about my stuff. I hope you guys are okay with that. But we did look at Kevin's stuff, and I think hopefully Blade Wolf is posting stuff on this. You guys saw this earlier, the Ivy, Birds of Prey stuff. Frank was super fun. This is, again, I went with the warmer skin on Ivy. I love the model. Like, I might have to get myself one. They're so nice. Such a nice model. My wife would go nuts, actually. I should get one. Huh. I should get one and say, "It's for you, baby." And I'll paint. I need to borrow this. I'm going to play a game right now. That's not a bad thought. That is not a bad thought. Huh. We could do that. This could be our dream, folks. We do that and say, "Baby, this is for you," and I'm paying for. Oh my God, it has to work. It has to work. And then what I would do, because I'm looking at this, I really love this color here, and I really like like I said, I like the warm skin against that. I don't know. Mine would be slightly different. Not that different, but slightly different. Probably warm skin, and then this would still be a purplish color, but it would have more blue in it. Anyways, and then the Harley Quinn. I love the facial. Like, she's got a good expression on her face. I like it. She may be stream sniping and figuring out your tricks to get new minutes. You're right. It would still work. It's a good plan. We're sticking with it. I'm missing some comments here. Hold on. Let me move this over just a little bit. There we go. I often think about Play It Painted. I've only watched like 3 streams, and he's done more in that time than me in a month. Yeah, but dude, you do like crazy high quality stuff, and it's awesome. I mean, that's kind of the trade-off, right? Is like I pump out a lot of production level stuff, but you know, I'm not winning any awards for it. It's gonna look great on the table, right? You're gonna have fun using it, but it's not like award-winning stuff. He painted my FFG Lord of the Rings expansion in like 3 days. Homer Simpson's bowling ball. nice reference there, Lucchesi. So the rest of Birds of Prey. This was super fun. My favorite sculpts here were I like this. I did not like this canary sculpt at first. I like it now. I like that. I still don't like this huntress sculpt. There was interesting stuff to paint on most of these, except for maybe I'll say Montoya. Kind of boring, but that's okay. Like, what do you expect? It's Montoya. You're not gonna get. You're not gonna get this awesome katana level pose out of her. Right? So when that was done, moved over to The Watchmen, which I kind of screwed up putting them together. Mostly Night Owl. I didn't do the best job on him. You can actually see this gap here. Not so good. But they came out okay. I really like this Silk Spectre 2 sculpt. It's one of my favorite things. It was definitely the most improved sculpt of the set, and then now you have a Bubastis, which is fantastic. But yeah, most improved sculpt, and she actually has okay-ish rules. When I first saw her rules for 3rd edition, I was like, oh, she's going to be playable, and it's great. I could drop her into fights, and she can actually, like, maybe take out a person or two. And that's not true. She just does not have she does not have enough tools to do. Her counterattack is not nearly as impressive as Bronze Tiger. But she could do okay. Obviously, she's really going to shine if you drop her into the same combat that you've got Night Owl in to get the bonus. But yeah, obviously Ozzy is my favorite of all time. Fun fact, guys. I have a friend, kind of like a pen pal, but not really. It's more like internet type stuff. But I have a friend who calls me Ozzy, in reference to Ozymandias, or Ozymandias, however you want to say that, which is interesting. But yeah, obviously my favorite of the Watchmen, and he's still as nuts as ever. He's more of a defensive piece than like a Batman beater piece, but he can throw down. And then Comedian does a lot of work. These two down here, or these three, Comedian, Rorschach, and Bubastis, put in some good work. Night Owl, you kind of use him for like objective grabbing, and then he's a good kind of assist piece for Silk Spectre 2. But very fun crew. But like the more I play the crew and enjoy them, the more I'm like, you know what they would be fun playing up against would be Doom Patrol. So that's going to be my thing. I'm looking forward. I'm going to pick up, hopefully, unless somebody comes in and buys it first, I'm hoping to pick up Doom Patrol this week so that I can run Watchmen versus Doom Patrol. Comedian is a real jerk. He does not run out of ammo. That's for damn sure. Okay. And then this is the other game. I know, Lord Draconum, I owe you the link to this. I'm gonna be covering this next month, and I need one of you local guys to actually help me play it. It's a game called Revelations War, and it's a small scale. You can see like it's a 12mm skirmish game. You got mechs. This side is the Union of Stars. So you get this goblin. I'm trying to remember the names here. These super heavy tanks are brigand tanks. Then you've got Bruticus, and then you've got your riflemen down here. This side here is the Core Republic. They have a Sierra mech. The MBT Mars tanks. These are called Centurions, and then you have Marines at the bottom. So that's what comes in the 2-player starter, plus all these like super cool. You get these really nice acrylic tokens in there. So you get acrylic tokens, and you get a tape measure in that 2-player starter. I think I have unit cards in there as well. So yeah, check out Lord Draconum. The website you're looking for, I believe it's called revelationswar.com. One word. Let me go ahead and put it in the chat here. Revelationswar.com. And they are going to have a Kickstarter in August. We're going to have I'll have a code that I can give you guys to give you a discount on that Kickstarter if you choose to back it. I haven't played the game. I never play games of this scale. I've never even painted this scale before. But it was cool. It's super fun, like really easy and effective to get decent looking job on these. So 12mm is HG Gunpla territory. Nice. All right, so that's done. This is the Lord of the Rings stuff for Nelson. Speeders and Irks and Mama Speeder. She's really fun. These legs here reminded me of like crab legs, and crab, even weird looking crab like this makes my stomach, like I get a little hungry. I love crab, man. What are you gonna do? It's my DNA. I'm descended from thousands of years of people eating up crab on the shore. All right, I just love crab, people. So we got that, and then here's more of the monsters. So Nelson didn't like this Balrog sculpt, and when I saw it in gray, I agreed. I was like, yeah, not really feeling that Balrog sculpt, but let's see what we can do. So I looked at a bunch of art for Balrogs, and so this is David Moffat. You were right. You said, hey, there's some airbrush work in here. You can actually tell here just by reflections off the rock, and you're like, yeah, we're just gonna let that fly because it's like fiery dude walking on fiery rock. So there's some airbrush work in here, but some of this blending here on the wings and blending here, that's brush blending, but a lot of this is airbrush. So it's a mix of brush blending, airbrush blending, blending in. Some of this work is contrast paints being blended in here. Super fun. This was a lot of fun, actually. And in the end, I'm happier with the model than I thought it would be. I think you did. Oh, you didn't. Sorry. I think it was Dave, the other Dave. Dave Dog. I'm not saying his last name right. I think he pointed it out. But yeah, that was correct. So Balrog there. You got these spooky ghost warrior guys. You got a couple of trolls. The other troll got clipped out of this, and then you get the Woodums, the rock Woodums down there, which are cool. Dicey posted another close-up of the war boss with his sideburns. Still awesome. Super cool. All right, more Xena stuff. Archer demons. So you get these little. I like how she's using like the blue and green here. And then I didn't even realize that when she first started these, I didn't realize they were archers. But I like you just don't see a scheme like that. Even for Oni, you'll see blue skin Oni, but it's often deeper color. I like the pale color she's using here because it makes more sense with the green. Super cool. Here's the heroes. Look at that. This is the best. She's the best sculpt. She's the best sculpt of this set. I know that look, there are some great sculpts here. I actually like that the sculpts are. Who was telling me that they felt the sculpts were underrated? They are. Like, this is quality look. Like, this is quality level stuff. If you look at the details on their face and these sculpts are fantastic. These are single you know, these are single piece PVC sculpts, and they're awesome. Oh, hey Cynthia. Figured touch up my old Saga army. Oh, nice. But yeah, look at the details. Look at the facial details on these models. They're great. This was a lot of fun. I actually went, believe it or not, Nelson, I actually went a little slower on these because I was actually enjoying them quite a bit. Super fun. All right, and I think we're going to be caught. Oh, we're almost caught up. You guys looked at these earlier. The movie Bane crew with Alfred for some reason hanging out in there. I haven't posted the Batman crew in there yet. Bloody Bull Seeker. This was pretty gory. You know, my favorite thing about this photo. Oh, well, good night, VB. Thanks for joining. My favorite thing about this photo is so there's like red gore like splattered here, and then you also have it on the paper around, so it looks like whatever it is they obliterated happened. It just happened here. Whatever, like they actually killed something on the painting table. I love that. Trying to match colors for artwork from board game. Oh, these are awesome. All right, we got some Blade Wolf stuff. Okay, nice. So I believe this is O'Malley's grandfather. Is this grandpa? I don't remember. But yeah, so Court of Owls stuff. Got a little O'Malley's action going on there. So some of these look like progress. I don't know if this is true, but I use, oh wait, that's, this is Talon, right? That's Talon. Okay. So starting to see the gold coming in here on Talon. I like the new sculpt, really nice. More court, so it's all Court of Owls stuff. This is O'Malley's, I don't know, O'Malley something. O'Malley's dad? I don't know. I want to paint a Court of Owls and do a totally different color scheme, and just to play around with it. It might be interesting. Yeah, here's the Talon again. That's such a good improved sculpt. And then this I really like. I like this using the tuft here to kind of hide some of the gaps because I don't like using the tabs, but I feel like we have to with these new knight sculpts, which is kind of a shame because I don't know. I'm just anti. We could say whatever we want about it, but and then you got 1890s or Zhao Wu. Looks like he's coming in a lighter color. Really, again, really cool pose there. With a little defensive claw. I forget what they call this weapon. Some owl claw thing. It counts as climbing claws in the game, which is cool. But this guy is like a defensive specialist. He's not really a beat stick type owl guy. Same with Granddad. Granddad is mostly there for bodyguard. You got Strix, who is just ridiculous on all fronts. Strix, the basic, still arguably the single best model in the Batman Miniatures game from a rules perspective. I don't think it gets any better than Strix point for point because sharp, you get handy and sharp on a katana on a super fast model that you can add war gear to. That's fairly stupid and ridiculous. She's ridiculously amazing. Gotta watch out for Strix every single game. Probably one of the biggest threats on the Owl team. And then you got the High Court member. Okay, this is really awesome. I'm lazy and I want to cosplay this because all I have to do is put a suit on, and then just put. I have a Court of Owls mask up here in this room. I'm actually looking at it right now. I could totally rock that. But this is a good job. I like the really nice work on the suit. Super clean here, and then the mask itself is also really cool. Yeah. Am I missing anything? I think that's it, man. I think that's. I'm gonna remove the screen share here. But yeah, let's remove that. Cool. Yeah. What can I say? I mean, really great job, everybody, working on week 4. We are almost done with the challenge. We only have technically only 3 days left, and I don't care that I didn't finish anything tonight. Not really. I could just. Well, we could hang out for a little bit, and I can finish her just so we finish something. But I don't really care. I mean, we're in the bonus, and sometimes it's good to just take a little bit of a break on this stuff. But you know, let's actually. I do want to put a layer of something on her to get her closer to being done. Better than Arkham Knight Red Hood. He's very OP in first edition. Yeah, Arkham Knight Red Hood is very strong. But because he has a lot of rules baked in, and he's like 70 something points. So he's a really strong model as well. But I just feel like Strix is still only like 60 rep. I think that's the real what sets her ahead of AK Red Hood. Oh, cool! You still have 12 days. The Bat Pod is legit. So yeah, we got the Bat Pod here is in progress, and then I have a tumbler that I am gonna kind of paint as a separate little side project here. I don't really. These wheels did not do what they were supposed to do because Night Model 2nd Edition resin is atrocious. Let's just say it. It's the downside is it's taken them 3 editions to try to figure out what's good as far as a material to use. But yeah, let's do so yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a little basilicanum gray. Try to blend some of these colors in a little bit better on Catwoman here. But yeah, overall, this challenge has been super fun this year. I think we've got not just the locals here that are participating with me, but I think in general there's been a really good turnout for people participating in the challenge, and it's always fun. I still like really answering the questions of the day. I think day 28 is just a progress report question again. So I don't know if that's true or not, but 2nd edition, I think another OP character was Comic Book Harley. Yeah, 40 points. 40 points with Distract, and she had ridiculous skills for a 40-point model. She was like Distract, Defense 5, run around the board. Her gun was pretty good. Very strong model. 2nd edition resin had hits and misses. Sometimes the blisters had mixed resin types. Yeah, it's that super brittle, soapy stuff that does not behave. That's what I don't like. Trying to entice Dicey into doing a Kings of War Vanguard slow grow challenge. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, he does love Kings of War. It makes sense. Or well, he does love Vanguard. Okay, how do you? I'm in a conundrum here because I put some texture on this base, and now what? It doesn't make sense to make it look like dirt or soil. it should be concrete or asphalt, right? So I should probably paint a yellow like street line in there, like it's crossing a street. So if I paint a little rectangle, like a long rectangle like this, to denote that it's crossing a street, right? And I'll paint it diagonally there just to, just to make it a little bit more interesting, right? And then I'll paint the next one there. Oops, my street's a little crooked. I'm gonna have to go a little wider to make it less crooked. There we go. Ooh, yeah, that's crooked. It's okay. I hopefully not too many people noticed that. All right, and then I'll do there. So we do have a. So I usually just undercoat that with this light gray color, and then we'll come in and paint it. We'll paint that yellow. I don't really want to highlight this because it's color shift. I know from experience that when you highlight color shift, you lose the color shift property, and I don't want to do that. So I'd rather this bat pod look a little boring on camera. It's going to look a little boring on camera, but it should look pretty cool in real life when you've got it on the table. I got to look at Catwoman's stats again on the bat pod, because it's like 90 points. It's not, I don't know, maybe I would consider fielding it on some of these teams. I'm going to see that model on the table. I'm going to tell you your street lines are crooked. You should. Street lines are crooked. Model sucks, dude. And call me out on it. I'll let that dry. But yeah. Oop. Let's put her. I mean, I probably should just glue her on, but I don't know. I could leave. It's actually probably easier to transport it with her not being glued on, because I could just pop her off. Let's see. Night vision on medium range guns are nice. Just unfortunate, no assault for bat pod. Oh, that sucks. So you only get one shot if you're moving, but you have like I think you have like a 14-inch move on this thing. And then what are let's look up the stats. All right, people, let's look it up. Let's look at this thing. This is the not painting stream. Let's screen. All right, so back to this. All right, let's go here. I'm just gonna put in bat pod, right? Batman's bat pod is 155. See, I can't even really get him to stand like that. His feet, I'm sure I built the model wrong, but he does not stand like that on mine. Catwoman on Batpod, 99 rep, 800 funding. Batman's, the nice thing is his is only 100 funding. All right, so let's have a look. I mean, obviously the main win here is the model. Looks amazing. Endurance 10 is nice. Still get that Catwoman defense 5. Strength is still terrible. Would you get Acrobat? So 15-inch move. That's kind of nice. And Climbing Claws on the Batpod. That's pretty hilarious. Oh, plus fast. So you're looking at 17-inch total move. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Mechanical mount. Plus 4 to its basic move, but can neither jump nor climb. I don't understand how you have climbing. How does that jive? You have climbing claws and you have mechanical mount. You have climbing claws to climb, but you can't climb. Help. What? What? I don't understand. Night models help. What is that? What does that actually mean? I mean, I did not think the Batpod can climb. Why not just remove the climbing claws rule? Okay, so you used to get sneak attack is nice, except that strength 5 plus still sucks. And then undercover. So this thing is really nice for just covering ground super fast. Okay, so we're looking at the automatic gun. There's no claws to dismount the Batpod, so you're stuck on it. Yeah, because it's just a character. You don't ever switch the model. You can't ever switch back to, unmounted Catwoman. Automatic gun. This is Catwoman. Isn't this her regular gun? This is her pistol. Right? Yeah, that's her pistol. So that's her normal pistol. That's the heels that she carries, yeah. This is kind of nice. It's got the sharp roll, so that's cool. So it's a 5+ rerollable. It's not terrible. Well, it's still kind of terrible. And then here's the Batpod weapons. Anti-tank firearm, medium range. Rate of fire is 3, so if you move, you still only get 1 shot. If it was assault, you would get 2 shots. Only 2 ammo sucks, and you can't equip a magazine. So that blows. Yeah, yep. And then the rocket launcher. Yeah, explosive rocket launcher with 2 ammo. That's not bad. But you have to be, I think. Oh, you can't. So in order to use these weapons. Oh, assault gives you full rate of fire. That's nice. Really, to use this though, you got to decide what this model is really going to do. Is it going to be shooting for you, or is it going to be like running objectives and doing regular Catwoman stuff? I don't know that it's that much better than the standard Catwoman for just running objectives. You're probably just, if that's what you want, you probably just run that. This is like if you're gonna, I guess this is more like if you want to have more muscle in the ranged game and still have the ability to run an objective or two. But with a 4-turn game, are you really going to get the value out of that model? What do you guys think? I mean, that's That's the problem. It's like it may be overbuilt for a 4-turn game because you're not gonna get all the awesome shooting and the sort of objective scoring. And you do lose a lot of funding to put that on the board. Okay, so you're -1 to hit. Okay. So you're saying it's really just a fire support piece. Okay. I can't disagree with you. I don't know. I've never even considered fielding any sort of like vehicle type thing in Batman until now that I have the pieces for it. Okay. Well, let's close. Let's drop this window out. Gotta watch out for all the cover. Night vision plus 16 in shooting range. That's kind of nice. It's a good point because she does have the night vision built in. I do really like this model though, so I may have to find a use for it somewhere. I'm just not sure what crew I drop this into. If I drop it into a Sirens crew, then it's way too expensive because because Ivy's always going to be at 100 change no matter which version you run, and then and Harley is usually around the 70 point range. So you're going to have well, it's not horrible. You're still going to have about 80 points to blow on the rest of Sirens. She is fun though. Okay, yeah, we finished the thing, sort of. We'll call it done. We sort of finished a thing. Did not finish Huntress, but that's okay. This is actually more important to field anyways, because Huntress, I'm planning on fielding Huntress with either like a different style Birds of Prey crew, or she may come in, she may be the free agent for a Batman crew. But she's fighting this model and Modern Age Catwoman in a standard Batman crew as the free agent. I think Modern Age Catwoman is way better for the points than Anne Hathaway Catwoman. I think really Anne Hathaway Catwoman, she gives you you get a decent gun out of it if you're running her, but like I said, Modern Age Catwoman gives you a little bit more functionality on like the objective scoring side of things. And it's also a really, really cool model. And she's not eternal. That said, I do want to put this model on the board just because I think it's cool looking. Main reason there. I don't know what I'm going to do with this Batman. I don't know. Maybe I just lean him up against the tumbler. I mean, I'll paint him. I'll just throw him, and just throw him. Sometimes throw him on the Bat Pod every once in a while. But I just don't feel Batman. So, but yeah, pretty happy with that. All right. I used to run Huntress with one-armed Green Arrow and a crew. Oh yeah. Is that the Frank Miller Green Arrow? Pretty cool. Old Man Oliver. All right. So I think with that, we are just about where we're going to be tonight, folks. I'm not gonna push on with her Although, could finish that fairly quickly. But that's, nice relaxing night. Just a little bit more chatting and that kind of stuff. So cool. Any other comments, questions, threats before we call it a night here? Wanted to say everybody that is still in the challenge, congratulations for having made it this far. We saw a bunch of people finish their projects, like Gorthmorg and Marshy, and a lot of and some other folks are finishing up their projects. So looking good, everybody. All right, guys. So with that, oh my goodness, that Frank Miller video. Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, well, I think I only faced him like once. He's pretty nasty dude though. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is gonna do it for this stream. Want to thank everybody for watching. Have a good night, guys. I will be on Twitch tomorrow night if you're around and if I remember. So have a good night, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.